Alright, so just a quick update on the tracker move. I got the base shirt up a little bit, and I got the proper hardware on all the guy wires, and I moved the ground mount panels there around a little bit that power the tracker, and I did set up the wind sensor, you can see on the right there. But today, actually, I'm going to respond to a question I got in the comments section. Okay, I got a question in the comments section on one of my eco-worthy solar tracker videos about the controller, basically about the controller unit. I don't know if this video is going to help or not, but figured we'd come out and take a look at how mine works. And I know they've changed and upgraded this unit since I bought mine. So on the new ones, this isn't going to apply possibly, but let's take a look at how this one works, and I'll go over my little cheat sheet. First thing, don't lose the remote. Don't leave it outside to get rained on. This is how you interface with the thing. I don't know of any other way to program it other than with the remote. Alright, so first thing is, if you use this set button, first thing, hit it once, and now you have control. So I can move it up, down using these arrow keys here, east and west. Alright, if I hit the set and hold it, then I get into this sort of program mode. Let's see if we can get in there so we can see this. So you can see I'm just cycling through with the left and right, or the east and west buttons, to go through the different settings here. And then if you use the north and south buttons, it will actually change the values here, and it just scrolls through, and you can see it just goes through all these different time and voltage settings, and you can see it just cycles right back through at the beginning again and starts over as you get to the end. So let's go and look at the cheat sheet. So on here you can see that I've come up with what everything means just by trial and error, because they didn't send me a manual. At the top, it's just sort of a legend of, sort of what it means while you're looking at the main screen. So V1 is the voltage offset between, say, the east and west or north and south. Basically, that's the voltage that it has to get higher than that threshold in order to trigger the panel to actually move. V2 is the wind speed voltage threshold, so that when the wind speed gets high enough to spin that wind speed sensor fast enough to generate a voltage higher than that set point, that's when it'll respond to a high wind speed situation. V3 is sort of its startup voltage for waking up in the morning, or after it sets flat because it's been under a cloud. Basically, once the voltage gets to a certain set point on the sensor, it will then wake up and then start trying to track the sun itself. So V3 sets that start voltage threshold. So TX is just the time delay that it uses on each. Well, TX and TY are the same, basically. Whether it's moving on the x-axis or the y-axis, once it moves, it waits a certain delay before it moves again. So it just keeps it from continuously shuddering as it's trying to move across the sky to track the sun. It gives it a little bit of a delay in between movements. So that's what TX and TY are for. Now, T3 is the east time that it actually drives the array east when it senses the wind overspeed conditions. So once it hits that voltage threshold that you set on V2, it will drive it a certain amount east, and then T4, it will drive it a certain amount back west to set it flat, and then it'll drive it a certain amount north. And in my case, because of where I am, it drives all the way north to set flat, and then I have south set to 0 to drive it no time south. And then the T7 is the delay, how long it will wait in that condition before after the wind speed comes down before it will reactivate and go back into normal mode. So T8 is your delay for low light, how long it will wait when it gets down below that low light threshold before it will set itself flat and go through the same process, setting T9 as your east, T10 as your west, T11 as your north, and then T12 again is south. Usually on where I am, it's set to 0 because driving it all the way north sets it flat. So T13 is another delay time. Basically, after it sets itself flat, say if a cloud goes by and it's dark enough so that it sets itself flat, T13 is the delay time before it comes back out of that setting. So if it sets itself flat and then the cloud goes by and the sun comes back out, it'll wait that amount of time before it goes back to normally tracking the sun again. Now, I did actually end up finding a manual that I think is the right manual for this unit, and I will put a link in the description to that. So if you need the actual manual, there'll be a link down in the description below.